Yo, how's it going, everybody? How are we all doing today? Today's video, I wanted to talk about something that was posted in a comment in my previous video talking about all the best teams in the game. And this comment was about where and how can we counter these GLs with our Vaders. And I'm going to be showing you guys 4 different battles versus 4 of the GLs, all of the GLs rather, with Vader, which counter is the best counter, which one will get you the easiest wins, and we're gonna go into that. So I have 4 different ones, and I wanna just show this because it's a great way to go into the Christmas season, and Christmas, I guess, because this will be live on Christmas Eve, guys. By the way, hopefully you guys are having a Christmas with your families and whatnot, and your friends. But like, what better way to go into Christmas than just showing you guys absolute destruction from Vader killing GL? So I'm going to actually go straight into the mods with how I like to mod my Vader and how my good buddy Blade does, Blade Baka. And I would say he has a much better modding of Vader. But the whole idea of modding Vader is to go with a CD set, a crit damage set, and a crit chance set with a potency cross here. CC, so crit chance on the triangle, and then just more added on potency, secondaries, crit chance, offense, and speed. You want to have and be kind of fast with a lot more potency, crit chance, and just damage. So you want to have high crit chance versus some of the critical avoidance teams in the game, like Rays have some critical avoidance. Even the Master Lukes have critical avoidance. And also other teams that are not GLs, they have a lot of critical avoidance, like the Grievouses. So you want to make sure that you have a lot of crit chance here just to make sure that you crit no matter what. So that's very, very important to have high crit chance. Damage is like pretty good for Relic 7 Vaders. This is pretty good, 7.2. But potency is a very, very huge and key component here with landing the debuffs and the dots. That way it translates into more damage output later on when you use your Merciless Massacre and your Coaling Blade. And the speed here is good. 261 is a good speed range, but that's enough of my mods. Go check out Blade's mods right here. Let's go check out Blade's mods. And really, the best way to mod Vader, he has actually gone out of his way to give some more 6E plus slicing materials to his Vader. And his Vader is a GL monster killer. So here we go. This is Blade Baka's. He has a 276 Vader, 96% potency. He has 96% crit chance and 7,700 offense. He is rocking the exact same sets for crit chance and crit damage. A lot more of these same primaries and these same secondaries. You want these stats, guys. These are very, very important to have. So let's keep on looking here for a sec before I go into some more of the footage for today. So yeah, these are some like legit stats for Vader. And you know what? It's good to have a Vader modded like this. That way you can use him in so many different counters to your GAC teams and even TWs as well. So we kill so many things, especially GLs. So now, with that being said, let's go find and kill some GLs. So, swap over here, guys. 3 minutes in the video, we're going to show you 4 different battles. We might need to speed up some of these. Just a little bit. So, this first one is Kylo. Vader killing Kylos. And before we get into any others, there are some, tweaks you can do here and there, but this is just Vader killing the GLs. And these are some of the best ones that I've found that can do the job pretty well. So this one is Trey Lead, and Trey Lead here is great for giving out some more critical avoidance to your Sith, and more importantly, your Vader. And also, if they gain buffs outside of their turns, they have less offense. So this is a great lead here. In this counter, though, and in really any counter to a GL, you ideally want to have the main 3 being, of course, Vader, Thrawn, and Wat Tambor. So having those 3 is very, very key here. But we want Trey Lead here for some of the help in stopping some of the ongoing damage that will be brought on to us. So now it's Vader's turn. We got the weapon tech onto him from Wat Tambor. Thank you, Wat. Go into Merciless Massacre. Get the train going here. You wanna very make sure and plan out your hits here, so that way you can maximize your damage on the persons and the people that you want to do your damage hits onto. So you want to do some also more targeting here with the Wat, so he can actually get more debuffs and TMR applied to those GLs that can get TMR applied to them. So right there, we want to do the mass assist or the mass AoE onto the Kylo. He gets more debuffs from the Wat assist because Wat can assist on basics if the person that is going has one of his techs. So we killed the Mr. Red Lobster there, which is a First Order Sith Trooper. And then, or not really first order, just Sith Trooper, by the way. I don't know why I said first order, but you kill him, you stop all of his extra turns if you kill another person, which is amazing to have. Then you go for crew here. It goes straight into another fracture onto the Kylo before he can go. And this buys you so much time here. It is crazy, guys. It is so, so crazy. And we're going to probably want to do another one of these big debuff hits here to make sure we get even more dots applied to Kylo. And we have some time actually here to go and counter and kill, rather, the Hux in the FOST. And this is a great team to use here. I feel like this is actually okay of a win, even though that we did lose some of these guys. We lost our pre-taunt for sure. We lost... we actually lost some more banners onto our Watt. And this one's not really meant to be the highest banner of win, but these are just wins. And that's the most important part here. So, you know, he can't do anything with his taunt. He has Isolate, and that's amazing. One more turn until we get our Merciless Massacre here. Probably going to TM swap to the Vader. We do. More debuffs from the Watt and the tech. It is so great. That's another reason. I could go into a whole different video talking about how you want to mod the Watt and the Thrawn, and more specific for each of these GL counters, and go into the whole team if you guys want me to. But honestly, just the Vader, he's the biggest component here, guys. We just kind of went over his mods, and you want to try to hit those benchmarks for all the speed and then all the extra damage. And look at that. Kylo's dead. Kylo is dead. After Kylo's dead, you are easy for the win, guys. Easy for the win. Look at that. So, Kylo, killing Kylo's. The team there is Traya with, of course, Watt, Thrawn, Vader, and the pre-taunt. You need the pre-taunt there to absorb the initial hit from Kylo, and then you need the Traya lead to absorb some of the hits from his AoE. So after you get that Vader's turn going off the bat, you're good to go. So let's go on to another fun one here. This is versus an Emperor. So this is Blade's battle. And guys, man, this one is so fun to me. I love using this one. So we're actually using Piet lead here. We're using Admiral Piet here with his extra offense and potency. And honestly, guys, before we go into any more, Piet lead is actually one of the best leads for Vader lead. And you having more of the offense and the potency as well as lowering the enemy's speed if they're light side, it is so powerful. But more importantly, the potency that you get from the lead is so huge. And the offense as well. So we're going to go into a Merciless Massacre. And we're going to kill Malik right off the bat because you got to get him out. He stops your TM gain. You're going to do some more basics around the table here. You want to try to one-shot some of these guys if you can. Piet with his unique on Emperor's Trap allows you to do some really big, huge damage hits. With the AoE, we finish up Bastila Shan Fallen right there. We have our tank tech onto the L3 that we gave out to her first, or rather second, because you want to get the weapon tag out first to Vader, right? Because you already have the pre-taunt. So after you kill Malik, after you kill BSF here, you're going to, you want to, move your turns around here. You want to really maximize your kills. Like right there, we wanted to kill the Sith Empire Trooper there, which is very huge. And then right here, we're going to try to do some nice damage to both Emperor and Darth Revan. But keep in mind that Darth Revan is, he can do the equalization, which is actually good and bad at times. In this one, if it's just the Emperor left, it's very good. That way, it's easier to kill him when it equalizes the health with the Emperor. And so now we all have our techs out on the field. It is just the Emperor left. We have our taunt back up with L3. We're going to do a nice protection recharge here because some of our guys here will lose their protection from the Emperor and how he kind of functions with that whole thing, right? And we're going to give this out to, I would say, going to give it out to Thrawn. More offense up is always good. And then we're going to do some more basics here. Really want to get a turn in before the Emperor can go. And then I think we're going to go for a Blade right here. Let's see it. And there he goes. 210k crit. There we go, guys. There is the Emperor counter. It's a little bit easier, actually, than the Kylo one. It's a lot cleaner. As you can see, we got full banners on our Piet and our Vader, close to full on our Watt. And we lost our protection on Thrawn, but we lost also protection on L3. So, good banners there and an easy win. So, that is both the dark side GLs down and dusted, right? So now, let's go over to some of my favorite ones. So I actually really enjoy using this next one versus JMLs. It is a lot of fun. And like I said, there are so many different variations of Vaders you can use versus each of these teams, but these are just my favorite ones, and I feel like the ones that are the bit better cost-effective ones that are a bit cheaper in GACs, I guess if you want to say that. So this next one is versus a JML JKL. The only thing that is probably not the best showcase here is that there is no gas here, but it will still work regardless, guys. I just couldn't find any ones versus gas, but this still does work. And I would record my own, but I have none to test versus in my arenas. I don't. And if they are, they're the JKR ones. That's a little bit more rough. And you won't be seeing those in GAC. These are more about GAC ones you could possibly be seeing. So this one is EP lead. And with EP lead, you want that TM gain. And the reduction potency, you get just a lot more TM basically is really what this is all about. And it's a kind of a bit of a counter to the Jedi with how the Jedi function a little bit, right? And also, again, we have Trey here. Trey is a very, very big component here with really any Vader team out there. It's very, very huge to have a Trey here just so you can stop some of the debuffs. You want to make sure in this one in particular from the AoE off the start of the battle with the Mash Luke, you want to make sure that your Vader can still go, and you need Trey there so that you can actually go. And it's very, very hard to win these without a Trey. But I'm not saying, you know, this is the best counter to a Master Luke. There's actually a lot better and cleaner wins out there, like, for example, the Darth Revan ones. Or you can even use versus some of the JKR leads. You can use CLS. You can use the JTR with Major Tom one. Or, you know, you could use, I mean, the Grievous, too. There's so many different ones. I would not say versus Master Luke's that Vader is the best counter, but I just want to showcase him actually being used versus a Luke in this video because it's all about Vader. We want to show Vader, right? So Vader, we got JKR out of the picture, Mr. Revan, right? And we're gonna go. I think want to kill. Maybe want to kill Ben here. Let's see. If we do that, he's gonna get some more buffs out to his buddies. Do we want to? We do. We go for it. They give out some more TM and all that sort of stuff. Okay. We still got the EP up and rocking and rolling here, and we're gonna try to get some more debuffs here. We want to play around the Merciless Massacre, making sure we do the most damage we can before they actually go. Only one debuff onto Jedi Knight Luke, rather. Go for the Cloying Blade. Go for some Saber Tosses. And go into a probably Fracture here, but Mash Luke will go in a little bit. So we want to TM swap before he goes. So let's do that. I think we're going to TM swap with either EP or Vader. Go for Vader, of course. And then go into a Fracture here shortly. It is very, very nice. I will say this. It is extremely nice to have a Relic Tray here. And if you guys want to use your Vader a bit more often in your GACs and TWs, definitely go for a Gear 13 Tray because she is so great to just be, you know, kept alive longer. You know, and especially in this one, if you lose a Tray early on because she's Gear 12, well, you lose out on her unique and you won't be able to get any turns in with your Vader, and you need those turns very, very desperately. And it's a very, very nice thing to have, especially in GACs. I don't have a Gear 13 myself, but like I can tell you for a fact that I've been struggling sometimes without having my own Trey with relics. And not even just in these counters with Vader, but also, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that damage. I love it. But like not only in these counters versus the GLs, but also versus like the Mon Mothma teams or the Geo teams. I mean, she's really, really great, really great, guys. And I honestly might make a video just all about her because I love her so much. Trey is so great, especially in that one. Nice in TW, 20 banner wins. Not the greatest banners in GACs, but you do pull off the win. So there you go for Master Luke's. And then now we got, I would say my favorite counter of all is to kill Rays. And this is like the OG counter. I love this one a lot. So this one we're using Thrawn lead. And again, in Rays in particular, there are so many different variations of Vader you can use with the leads, the different team comps, just to kill a Ray. But know this, guys, that there are some Rays that Vader just not do good on, and those are the ones that you want to be using JKR, Gas, and other Jedi versus, just so you can get easier wins, because in some different comps you will struggle very, very much so with your Vader. But in other ones like this one, Vader, he goes out and he does so many great things, especially encountering the ones with Malak. So off the bat, we have Thrawn taking his extra turns from the TM he gets from Poe here and the debuffs. We're going to do a TM swap with our Trey here. Going to do a nice little isolate onto the JTR. Get some more debuffs there. That's always nice. Increase our cooldowns. More debuffs. More turn meter for our Thrawn. Now we go into a Fracture onto the Rey. And we get some fears off on the board. Probably going to fear... Maybe going to fear, yeah, Malak. Malak's a good one to fear right there. Get some more debuffs applied. Now the weapon tech out to Vader. In this one, we need BSF for extra debuffs and more fears to control the battle. Without her in this one versus this team with Thrawn Lee, it's going to be a lot more rough. So BSF is a very, very nice one in this one. Other ones, you don't need her, though. But in this one in particular, with this lead that we're using, you definitely need a BSF. And then we just killed Malik right there off the bat. You can actually, with how we modded our Vader, you can probably kill a Malik with 2 to 3 debuffs if you can land those and just call him away. Even if he has a critical avoidance arrow, you will have so much extra critical chance that you will not miss a crit. And that is so important to have your Vader modded like that in these types of battles versus the critical avoidance Maliks and Rays. And even if you have like a Holdo that's tossed in there, she actually gives out some more critical avoidance as well. So you really want to make sure you have that crit chance triangle on a Vader to kill the GL Ray teams. So that's that. And then right about here, Rey is going to die. She is going to die a marvelous death, to say the least. And it is one of my favorite deaths. I love using this team. It makes me so happy to kill Reys in this game with Vader. I think it's just so much fun. Again, 600k, big boy damage. You could use different leads guides. You could use a Piet lead. You could use a Trey lead. You could use a Vader lead. You could use... There's a lot of leads you can use here, pretty much what I'm trying to say. But I do love Thrawn, I do love Trey, I do love Vader Lee. Those are my favorite 3. And again, you want to be using different team and encounters to some of these different raids because some work better than others. And that's important to know, especially encountering stuff in GACs and TWs. That's why you have to have some of these guys built up, not just the Empire and Sith, but you got to have some Jedi built up as well. So guys, that is 4 different counters to these GLs. A 16-minute video. Hopefully this wasn't too long for you guys out there. But just know that Vader can kill and counter all the GLs. And that is why he is the best character outside of the GLs in the game. He can beat so many different things. Killing GLs, one-shotting characters. He is the best. Definitely, if you guys want to kill GLs, definitely get him Relic 7. Try to get him with those right and proper mods. If you guys want to do some more, if you guys rather have you do some more videos about Rey or any more counters regarding Vader countering teams, let me know down below in the comments. I love countering GLs. I love using Vader, guys. I'm all about that. So I'm all about wanting your guys' feedback and more ideas for videos down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, though, give it a like, share it around, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. We got Discords, we got Patreons, we have channel memberships all down below in the description, guys. Again, go have an amazing Christmas with your family and your friends, guys. You guys enjoy yourselves, treat yourselves. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.